Hey guys, Jimmy here with a very special review for you. Today, I have a new toy. Check it out. Pretty dope, huh? This is the Century Arms VSKA AK-47, or VSKA, some people will call it. I don't even know if that's correct lingo, but that's what we're going to say. Alright, so I wanted to give you my initial thoughts on this firearm after putting about 130, 140 rounds through it. So, I can't speak to the longevity of this rifle yet and how, oh, it's so dependable and all that, because obviously I haven't shot but like 130 rounds or whatever through it, which is nothing for an AK, right? AKs are meant to be shooting thousands of rounds in their lifetime. Sorry about the motion light that keeps going on and off, guys. Sorry about that. But this rifle has not been tested thoroughly yet by me, right? But I'm going to give you my initial thoughts on it because there were some things about this rifle that I didn't like straight out of the box. So I'm not going to talk about what I like about it because that's just a waste of time. Here's the things you need to know about this VSKA Century Arms Tactical AK. Alright, it's supposed to be made in Vermont. I think they're Wassers. Some of them are imported, and like some things are changed to make them legal. So when I got this thing out of the box, it was shooting to the left and low, probably about 8 inches left, 8 inches low. And I kind of thought that was a little odd for iron sights to be off by that much straight out of the box. So I tried to adjust the sights. So when you adjust AK sights, you're supposed to like take a press kind of thing. There's a tool that you turn and it kind of like moves the sights over. Or you can take a casing and set it on a bench and hit the casing, which is what I did. I drove the sights over. Now they were over quite a bit. It looked ridiculous and it was still shooting to the left. So I looked at the rifle, kind of turned it like this and just looked at it, and I noticed that the front sight post was canted. So I get on some forums, and this is my first AK obviously, but I see that a lot of sight posts are canted from the factory with AKs, and that happens with Century. So what I did was, hate on me if you will, lay this thing down on some wood and take a rubber mallet and start hitting the sight post. Now after I did that, I fired again, I tested, and the sights were better. So what I did was recenter the sights where I'd made the adjustment with the casing and just keep doing that. Shoot a little bit, give it some taps, and then finally I drove the sights back to where they were true. And then I realized that with an AK, you're supposed to be sighting in up close at 25 yards, 20 yards, whatever, 20 meters, whatever, with the 200 mark. So I adjusted my sights to 200, and that got my elevation really close. And then I made some further adjustments with the front sight post to get it centered at 200. Now that's how I set up my AK. I know that a lot of people are going to say, oh, 300 or battle setting, whatever. I don't care about any of that. I just want the rifle to shoot accurately, or, you know, basically accurate at 25, 100, 200. That's all I care about. I'm not trying to shoot 300 yards with this thing. I bought this thing because it's reliable. To that, I fired it and had no problems. Now that was only 130 rounds, so I know people are saying, well, you didn't even shoot the thing yet. So I'll get back to you. But that was the thing I couldn't stand about it, was that it was canted from the factory, that I immediately had to start gunsmithing it, right? I know I'm beating on it. Some people will say, oh, you'll break the pins that are welded on the barrel. No, it didn't. I didn't hit it that hard. But it did fix the problem. And then I recentered the sight post. Everything is good. So, yeah, the sights are on. Next thing I do not like about this rifle, I don't like that you can't adjust the stock back and forth. It's a little close for me. I'm a little longer. I would like for it to be about out here. But this would be good for like self-defense situations, you know, where you're like up close and tight and trying to round corners. You can actually like peek around corners and stuff. So that's good. But I would like to, you know, for range purposes, be able to extend it out a little bit where I can shoot. So I didn't like that. Third thing that I did not like about this VSKA is the rear, the finish on the rear sights. They're a little bit blurry. When you get in the sunlight and you're sighting with the AK, all AKs may be like this, but I'm going to do something about that. When you're sighting in and the sun is directly on the rear sight, even right now it's still a little blurry because of the parkerized finish. So that was something I didn't appreciate about this rifle. I didn't like that. That kind of bugged me. So I'm probably going to put like some matte black paint on the rear sight or something like that. Maybe even like some white on the front sight post. Maybe like a white tip so I can get better sight picture and all that. So beyond that, the rifle's pretty cool. I like the thing. It kind of has like an AR looking compensator on it, right? So that's kind of cool. Or we'll say birdcage, flash hider, whatever you want to call it, but I do like that. I know my way around ARs. I've shot a lot of them for an extended amount of time, doing marksmanship training in the Marine Corps, and I always wanted an AK because I think 7.62 is a good round, and it's got a lot of power, a lot of energy transfer. I think it's a good round to have, but other than that, I kind of like this rifle pretty well. It shoots really well. It's smooth. It cycles fine. And I don't foresee I'm going to have any problems out of it. I might put an optic on there later, something like that. But just know when you purchase these rifles, you might be plagued by the sight post cannon. So if you're shooting to the left, before you start adjusting the front sight, turn the rifle, right, like this, and look at it. And kind of like close one eye, right? Kind of close one eye and look at it, and see if that sight post is actually canted, the trunnion, right? The trunnion being the gas tube assembly, all that stuff. Because that was my problem. And a few whacks with a rubber mallet, and she was good as new, right? I just about hit myself, right? But I laid this thing down because it needed to go to the left, so I laid it down on this side. Whack, whack, whack. Good. It's good as new. So yeah, I like it. My wife likes it. Good rifle. But that's my initial impressions. Sight alignment, adjustable stock, and the finish on the rear sights is a little blurry when the sun is hitting it. So it kind of makes it hard to align your sights and get sight alignment and sight picture. So that's my review of the Century Arms VSKA. I look forward to updating you guys after I've shot several thousand rounds for it, but who can afford the ammo in this time? So take care, guys, and thanks for watching.